वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Seeking the blessings of Lord Ganesh, we would like to begin the first special session with the theme Atmanirbhar Bharat and Role of Professionals, courtesy Invest India. I would now request our guest for the day, please come on the dais. Ms. Sumita Davra, Additional Secretary, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, and Shri Hunar Janu, Senior AVP, National Single Window System, Invest India. I would request CS Ashish Garg, immediate past President ICSI, to please take it. While the profiles have already been shared, I would take this opportunity to once again share the profile of Ms. Sumita Davra. Ms. Davra is an Indian Administrative Officer, presently the Additional Secretary in Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Her current responsibilities in the ministry include investment promotion, manufacturing policy, international cooperation, industrial safety, intellectual property rights, amongst others. Ms. Davra has experience of almost 3 decades in public administration in India and abroad. From the districts of India to the state government and the government of India, she has worked at all levels of governance in India and developed useful insights. Her postings include working with Ministry of Finance, Government of India for 6.5 years, which included tenure of about 3.5 years in China as the head of the economic wing in the Indian Embassy. She has also done a stint with the United Nations before coming back to work in the Government of India. Her public policy experiences led her to author articles and 2 best-selling books on public policy. We welcome you, ma'am. Our second guest for the day, Mr. Hunar Janu. Mr. Hunar is a senior AVP and a member of the core team of the National Single Window System at Invest India. As the program manager, he focuses his team's efforts on ensuring the system is designed to cater to the various stakeholders' needs across central ministries, departments, and end users. He's a seasoned management consultant with over 10 years of experience. Before joining Invest India, he worked as a business transformation consultant across India, UK, Malaysia, and the US, advising Fortune 500 companies across insurance, financial services, and utilities industries, focusing on digital transformation. In the same moment, I would also like to extend our warm welcome to Mr. Utkarsh Tiwari and Ms. Shubhangi Prasad from Invest India. Now I would request the moderator of the session, CS Ashish Garg, to please present the Angvastram and the planter to Mr. Hunar. A round of applause, please. I would now request you, sir, to kindly take forward the discussion.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I would like to start with the verse of one parv of Mahabharata. Api shakam pachanasya sukham ve magvam grahe arjitam swen virenam na vyapishaatyam kanchajanam. हे माघवन, हे इंद्र, किसी का सहारा लेकर नहीं अपितु अपनी मेहनत से अर्जित साग को पकाने वाले के घर में सुख होता है. इफ even he is happy who cooks only little leaves for his food earned by his own efforts without having to depend on others. This verse of one parv of Mahabharata, part of this chapter is this shlok which focuses on the self-reliance of a person. The idea is to accept something lower solely earned by you than something which is better than makes you rely on someone. More than a year ago, when the Atmanirbhar Bharat package has been rolled out by the Government of India under the able guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, this shloka had been guided light. A clarion call had been made to the nation to make it self-reliant, to make it resilient. Even during the pandemic, revival had been planned and plans for dedicated actions had been put in place. A comprehensive economic package of 20 lakh crores was announced, equivalent to 10% of India's GDP, with all implemental support of the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Ministry of Commerce. आत्मनिर्भर भारत को 5 मीनारों पर टिकाया गया है. 5 pillars to make the self-reliant India: economy, infrastructure, system, demography and demand. An economy which brings in quantum jump and not just incremental change. An infrastructure which becomes the identity of modern India. A system which is based on 21st century technology driven arrangements. A vibrant demography of the world's biggest democracy, which is our strength. And a strengthened demand and supply chain utilized to its full capacity. But if we ask to share my views, there is a sixth pillar on which the success of this package relies. Unstinted and dedicated efforts of Invest India, the National Investment Promotion and Facilitating Agencies. The agency which is entrusted with the task of being the friend, philosopher and guide for the investors at the global level. The agency which is supporting India's expanding startup ecosystem, hastening the power of innovation. The agency which has taken ease of doing business to another level and brought in ease of living, azadi, freedom from paperwork, duplication and window within window culture. And the agency which is the most awarded investment promotion agency in the world. The striking beauty of Invest India is that its presence is felt in the success stories of each enterprise. The Nykaa story is not just the success of IPO of a company, but it is the success story of the spirit of entrepreneurship. Faguni Nair, a 50-year-old woman, a woman who believed to have had no knowledge of the business, a woman who as on today is the richest self-made billionaire, a woman who is the inspiration of 50 crore women of India and plenty other abroad. Each success story becomes the success story of Invest India, and the success of Invest India lies on the shoulder of the people managing it. For any organization, it as good as the people manning it. With this thought, I extend my heartiest congratulations and welcome to another Nykaa, a woman who has been the pillar of the support of the dreams and aspirations of all the Indian entrepreneurs, Madam Sumita Davra, presently the Additional Secretary in Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. A big round of applause for her. Apart from the profile read for an introduction, her current responsibility includes revamping India's investment climate with a national single window system. Although she is renowned for her several written books on public policy, a professional brigade adores her for having rewritten the story of India's compliance. I could go on and on sharing the information that I may have procured from the different sources, but nothing would do justice more than your first-hand thought and experience in this arena. Ma'am, as company secretaries, as governance professionals, and even as an institute focusing to be the global leader in promoting good corporate governance, we have always looked towards the regulatory authorities to search for avenues of partnership and ways and means to take the baton of their initiative forward. The Central Registration Center, or the CRC, is the biggest example where the ministry and the professionals have come together to provide much needed relief and comfort in the initial setting of companies. As appreciated by Manoj Pandey sir, with he appreciated the company secretaries, but first time I have seen the change in the ministry when the joint secretary is talking to the institute and taking the support of the professionals for incorporating the companies during this pandemic time. The discussion for today, while focusing on the Atmanirbhar Bharat and Abhiyan, is dedicated attempt of the ICSI to find avenues in which we can partner in the growth story of the country to the much larger extent. Invest India has made us believe that no dream is too big and no effort futile. We come from a land where we have always had a never say never attitude. I would like to conclude and invite the panelists with these wordings. सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, दीपक सा जलता देखोगे। सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, दीपक सा जलता देखोगे। अपनी हद रोशन करने से तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे, तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे। तुम हालातों की भट्टी में जब जब मुझको झोंकोगे, मैं तब कर सोना बनूंगा। तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे, तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे। With these words, I invite the honorable guest, for her words of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind words. And friends, we've already spoken about the national single window in an introductory way, and we don't want to stand too long between lunch and all of you. We don't want to lose your attention, so we are going to keep this very crisp, very brief, very focused. And I'm afraid I will not be able to stay here till the end of the session. I have many other engagements where I have to perform my duty. But Hunar and his team will take us through a small video, 3-minute video, which will show you the entire concept. And he will take you through a PPT, very brief PPT, and he will give you a demo and you can interact. So we intend to complete this entire session within 20 minutes time. And my request to Hunar is to stick to the time limit and give a flavor of the portal when you give the demo. Friends, as you are aware, the focus of investor facilitation, investor outreach in the country has been on ease of doing business, reduction in compliance burden, and making India Atmanirbhar, manufacturing in India for the world, make in India for the world, vocal for local and local for global. So these are all aspirations we are working for together. In this context, the budgetary announcement was made by the Honorable Finance Minister last year about putting together an investment clearance cell, which we are calling the National Single Window System, which is an end-to-end facilitation for the investor, which will include the pre-investment advisory. And that is how we've put a Know Your Approvals module in the National Single Window System. And further, the budgetary announcement says that it should facilitate clearances at the center and state level, which is why we have integrated the ministries of Government of India and also the state government single window systems. The approach has been not to disrupt the existing single window systems of the state governments and also not to disrupt the existing portals of the Government of India, different ministries and departments. So the National Single Window approach has been a very consultative one in which the information packs have been prepared on clearances, shared with the ministries. They have validated that, and that is how the Know Your Approval module was put in place with 2,000 approvals across 14 states and 32 departments of Government of India. That is already in place, and we had put it in place a few months back. Now, this takes care of the budgetary announcement that there should be pre-investment advisory. The investor should know what are the clearances required by him or her when they are entering a particular sector for investment in India and entering a particular state. Now that is coupled with the second feature of the National Single Window System, which is the clearances system. And there we have integrated 18 departments of Government of India, including the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and their clearance system already, and also 10 states, their state single window system. Now, total 14 states of the country and another 2 are also getting added. 16 states have a state single window system. It will all come on board the National Single Window. As I said, 10 are already there. Another 6 will come by end of December. Where ministries and departments of Government of India are concerned, we've onboarded 18 out of 32, and all of them we hope to onboard by 31st December 2021. But when these departments onboard, their services have to be onboarded 100%, and that is what I was talking to when the Honorable Minister was here, that that we are bringing all the services of these departments on the single window so that the investor does not have to go to other platforms. This is the concept in short of the National Single Window, and I'm sure Hunar will take advantage of the fact that we have discussed it and not spend too much time on the slides when they come up before you. The progress has been shared with you. Why am I standing here before you, and why did we request for this special session is because all of you are involved in helping investors, hand-holding them either in brownfield or greenfield investments, to seek clearances, to apply for registrations, and in several other ways. And that is why we want you to visit this portal. We want you to utilize this portal. As I said, 18 departments are onboarded. These are the important departments with lot of clearances. 10 states are onboarded. These include states where a lot of investment interest is there. So a lot of your clearances will be facilitated by this single window already in its present shape. And we would look forward to your feedback on improving this, because this is our joint endeavor. This is not something we are doing for our own happiness. This is something we are doing jointly, collaboratively with all the stakeholders for the facilitation of investors, bringing in more investments in India. The growth rate, as you know, in the first quarter has already seen a huge expansion. The exports of the country have shown a great improvement. The FDI which is coming into the country is at historic level, and we have to keep this momentum going. We have to make sure that we do whatever is within our means to magnify the positive events which are taking place around economic growth. So in that context, we are here today. The team is here to take you through the concept of the National Single Window and request you to start using it proactively, start registering the companies and utilizing this portal. So I thank all of you. I thank your president, Mr. Nagendra Rao particularly, and his team for giving me this time and privilege. I shall leave quietly when the video is on, and I hope you will excuse me for that. Thank you.
Mr. Janu, before you take the dais, we would like to take a moment with ma'am. We would like to present her with a Shaheed Ki Beti certificate in case if she wants to leave in between. I would request President ICSI, CS Nagendra Ji Rao, to please do the honors. He's there with you, sir. A big round of applause for ma'am's support. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good afternoon to everyone. And keeping in spirit with what ma'am just said, I'll try to keep it very short. So what we will do is we will show you a quick video. Ma'am has already covered the salient points. We'll show you a quick video, and then we want to show you what we are actually building. So most probably I'll skip the presentation. I will call out the salient points as we are going through the demo. But before we start, what I would just like to quickly say is whatever we have achieved so far has been under the leadership and guidance of Madam Additional Secretary Sumita Davra. And what you are going to see here has been achieved simply because of the guidance we have received from DBIIT. With that, I will request my colleague Shubhangi to join me so that we can set up the video and also the demonstration of what we are building. And while she is doing that, I will just quickly say, I just quickly say that what we are building here is for all of you, and hence it becomes extremely important. Okay. So am I audible? So I would just like to reiterate that what we are building here is for all of you. We have kept you as the user in the center of what we are designing and building. However, we will not be able to achieve this unless we create it and build it together. And in that spirit, we have already had one session with ICSI. And this is the second one, and I'm sure we're going to have many more interactions. But please have a look at the video at what we have built so far, which was soft launch, the trial version. And then what I would urge everybody is to actually go onto the website, use it for yourself, and please let us know whatever feedback there is, how we can improve this and so on. So I'll stop with that, and I'll hand it over to my colleague Shubhangi to take us through the video.
Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, New India is moving towards a new dawn of opportunities, growth avenues, and enhanced ease of doing business for investors. With various government initiatives such as the Production-Linked Incentive Schemes, India Industrial Land Bank, and others, India has become the preferred investment destination for global majors.
India is also becoming one of the leading attraction for foreign investments, be it America or the Gulf, be it Europe or Australia. The world believes in us.
Now, Destination New India will soon be made accessible to investors through a swift, seamless, and easy National Single Window System, the latest entrant to the plethora of ease of doing business initiatives. The National Single Window System will be progressively developed as a comprehensive guide for an investor. Currently, the online portal will provide information regarding the required approvals for beginning a business in India. With this, the task of setting up a business in India and leveraging this unparalleled market opportunity is now streamlined and fast. An investor will no longer be bogged down by the paucity of information that hinders business decision making. Through a regular feedback mechanism, the National Single Window System will be developed as a unified online interface and will aid in identifying and applying for approvals and registrations seamlessly across states and ministries in the country. By simplifying the process for business approvals, it will ensure that investing in India is just one click away. And using this portal will be just as easy. Visit the link on the screen and register. Before applying, use the Know Your Approval module, answer a few simple questions, and get a tailored list of approvals and registrations required for your business. Further, apply for the required approvals through a unified information capturing system, which captures the common information in one go without having to fill and submit it multiple times. A true example of the ease of doing business in New India. You can also track the status of all applications and seek or provide clarifications through a customized dashboard on the portal. The National Single Window System is bringing to India a new dawn characterized by unprecedented growth, ensuring your ROI, return on India, which is viable and lucrative.
There has never been a better time to invest in India.
Log on and give us your feedback now, working together to make New India the preferred investment hub.
So this was a quick glimpse of the system that we are building. As the video said, if you visit that link, you can use this system, the trial version that was soft launch, for yourself. While my colleague Shubhangi actually loads the portal itself, I'll just quickly touch upon the salient points that were there in the video. The vision is very simple, just one portal or one window for all government to business services. We are starting with approvals, but we plan to keep expanding the scope. The portal will also have a service called Know Your Approvals, which is exactly what it means. It will ask you specific questions relevant to your business or your client's business. And depending on the responses provided, it will give you a list of approvals. And then further, you can go ahead and apply for those approvals, track status, and obtain the final decision on the portal itself. So that is the vision we are working towards. I will request Shubhangi to just quickly show us all those salient features or modules of the portal. And then, of course, you all have the link. So we look forward to your feedback.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as Hunar said, we are going to give a very quick demo of the National Single Window System. So, I'll begin with the most salient feature that the National Single Window System is currently hosted in is that the Know Your Approvals module. It currently hosts information across 32 central departments and 14 states of Government of India. And so over here, there are two ways that an investor can begin their journey. Number one is if they already know which approvals to apply for, they can just visit the marketplace, click on central approval or state approvals and directly apply by selecting from the marketplace. Right, so over here, all the approval and registrations according to the department are listed, and they can either search for the approval or go ministry wise and select those approvals and apply for those approvals. Or they can click on Know Your Approvals, wherein the investor will be asked a bunch of questions which are intelligently designed for the investor to know which approval that they need to apply for based on their proposed business activity. So I'll just give a very quick brief on how that kind of works. So, for example, if you have the first question in which you are being asked, do you have a legal entity registered in India? So if I'm a new company that's wanting to set up their business, I will click on no, and if I just say company, you'll see that once I click on private company, the approvals are automatically added to my dashboard over here. So just like that, we have a bunch of questions in business registration, some of these in business activity details, which are sector specific questions. There are foreign investment details and project land details. Once the investor has filled all of these questions, I will not fill all those questions because of the paucity of time, but I'll just show how this works. You'll see over here that these approvals are added on my cart, and I can either edit my KY, I can take the questionnaire again or add or remove approvals. I can even deselect the options from here, and then I'll click on save and apply. I'll just quickly log in.
So to go beyond this stage, you would have to create a user account. So I would urge everybody to do that and give it a try. So as Shubhangi was saying, was showing right now, the journey up till here is you don't need to create an account. It is a utility or a service where anybody can come on here and just figure out what approvals apply to them. You can actually save that also, save your progress, because one of the feedbacks we actually received from the industry was that no one person usually knows the answers to all those questions. And so there should be a facility to save when they are filling up the KYA. So we have implemented that as well. And that is exactly the kind of feedback we are looking at to improve this.
Right, so once the investor is logged in and registered, and now they can log into their individual applicant dashboard. Now this dashboard is a pretty unique feature because over here you can see the approval names, when the approval was applied for, which department is it assigned to, the status of the application fee, and the actions which are pending. So application status will not only show whether the approval has been applied for or not, but also show if a query has been raised or is there anything else pending on the application. So over here, just for a demo, I had kind of raised a query from a department as well. So you can see over here, there's a status showing as query raised. Now, once the query is raised, this messaging thing will be open over here, wherein which ministry has raised which query will be visible, and the investor has an option of replying to this query from here, and the ministry will be able to see the reply to the query. There's an option to even attach documents. So sometimes when an additional document is required, this will serve as a very good feature for the investor to actually send those additional documents rather than coming and applying all over again. the other really interesting feature that we have over here is a document repository. So as you must be aware, across approvals, across applications, similar kinds of documents are required, and the investor is supposed to submit those documents over and over again. But over here, once the investor has filled in one application form, or if they just want to add to the document repository, those documents will be saved over here. So for any other additional applications that they want to make, they can access it from here. And issue documents would be any document including the approval or rejection letter from the ministries, which are visible all in one dashboard. So they don't have to specifically go into applications to look at different documents that have been issued. And I'll just come to the last feature very quickly. It's that if I have to apply, now we have this mechanism called as the common registration form. Now what common registration form does is that it eradicates the duplicity of data that is required to be submitted across applications. So once you've submitted information, stuff like your name to your address to all of these basic factory location details, they will be filled in once, and then they will be auto-filled in all the other applications. So all of this information we have collated based on all the information that we have from 32 central departments and 14 states. So we have done a study of all the application forms and figured out the common fields that are there in all these forms. So once the applicant has filled these information, it will be auto-populated, like I mentioned. And if it's a paid approval, a lot of approvals are free, but a lot of times you have to pay for the approval. We also have an option of paying within this application is not filled, but you also have an option of paying through this approval, this portal itself. So basically, end-to-end journey of an applicant, right from knowing their approvals, applying for those approvals, tracking the status of their approvals, paying for those approvals, everything, all of that will happen on one single platform, so that the investor does not have to go to multiple different platforms. And like Sir mentioned in his speech, there won't be multiple windows within one single window, and that is our aim, and that is what we're working towards. And I would just urge all of you to please register and please test the system. The last time we held a session, we got really good feedback from everybody who was present in the meeting, and I think now is a good opportunity for everyone to test it, because we're still in the trial phase, and all of your feedback will be really helpful for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shubhangi. So I see that we are already 15 minutes into lunchtime. What we will do is myself and two of my colleagues would be here for questions and answers for however long it is required. But I'll hand it back to Ashish.
Thank you. So I think rather to take the questions from what I have already received, if any live question from any of the members, then it will be have a direct interaction with all of you. So any questions from the audience? Yeah, please. Just hand over the mic. Just a moment, sir. Please have a mic.
Yes. That's the answer. I am just requesting that let me slightly explain in full. Is there any time frame? How much time we are giving it to state government or central government? Within which time they will respond? There are many prescribed formats. Or these also required to be filled in beside this your form. All these queries are there. You will raise one by one. You open a complete slide, then we can answer them. Try to everywhere in every act there are rules are prescribed. There are a set of forms available which we have to apply in that format. Are you including that format in that your presentation?
Right, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent question, sir. So what we have done to build this so far is actually work with the authorities or the agencies under which these acts and rules are implemented, and present this data as is, as they provide it to us. So we are a platform like a facilitator. However, everything that you see on this platform has been vetted by the respective authority. Including in the KYA, whatever conditions are applicable as per the corresponding rules and regulations. Whatever form is to be filled, that same form has been replicated on this portal. and whatever statutory payments have to be made and so on. So all of that has been vetted with the corresponding authorities, and it's of course an ongoing exercise because the scope of this is, as you would appreciate, it's pretty large and complex. So it's an ongoing exercise. As of now, it is voluntary for the authorities to join this initiative. However, we have seen a very enthusiastic response, and that is why in a matter of a year, we started developing this last year. We have the trial version of the portal running along with, as Madam said, along with 18 central ministries and 10 states to whose single window systems we connect with this portal.
About the time frame, is there any time frame within how much we are going to expect a response from them? Suppose I apply for FCGPR form, they never, RBI doesn't respond. What should I do then?
Absolutely.
Let's be very fair. This is Invest in India. You are attracting one person. He has come to me. He has just asked me to accept this money in India. Fine. Even filling a KYC document, it takes years together. Getting it registered with FCGPR from RBI, it takes years together. I can show you the examples. Is there any time frame you are prescribing? Just be practical, not simply this form we are already filled in on daily basis. How is the response from the government? Is it automatic approval process if you don't receive any response in 30 days, 15 days? So deemed approval is there. All these questions are there. That's why you detail it out, then I will raise questions. Here, this 3-minute presentation will not work.
Understood.
I think basically it depends on the different ministries. They have created a single platform. So I think the respective ministry, like if we as a company secretaries are incorporating the companies. So if you'll incorporate the companies through the portal of MC or through the portal of SWS, end of the day, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has to respond. But it will be beneficial if simultaneously, along with the incorporation of companies, you need certain more approvals from the different ministries. Then it will really help a lot. If you just want to incorporate a company and already 6-7 services are there, whether you incorporate the companies from the portal of ministry or from the portal of single window clearing system, it is same. But if you want to add certain more features from different ministries, then I think it will help a lot. You want to throw some light on this, because we all are company secretaries sitting here. We are incorporating the companies and the LLPs or the setting of business day in and day out. So how this feature will help to incorporate the companies rather than the portal of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to this portal. So what are the specific benefits the companies or the members will get?
Right, sir. So thank you for that, Ashish. And what you said is exactly the value that we are trying to add here. So I think what would help is to be clear about what this portal is intended to do and what are the responsibilities of the respective authorities and ministries that this portal connects with at the back end. The idea of this portal is, as Ashish said, if I have to start a project today or start some business operations today, I would need, if I'm not registered, I would have, of course need to apply with Ministry of Corporate Affairs. But beyond that, there is also a plethora of approvals and certificates and NOCs and so on that need to be applied for. Say, for example, with environment, labor, and so on. Through this portal, I would be able to identify all the approvals that I need to apply for, be able to apply for those approvals at one single place. Now, beyond that, of course, the process lies with the respective authorities. And there is a lot of work going on in terms of easing the compliance burden and improving the ease of doing business and so on. Those are related but separate projects in themselves. However, what I will add is that any technology or any technology platform is an enabler. It can kind of throw light upon the processes and how they are working and so on. By itself, technology does not really, change things that are major bottlenecks in the sense that you are referring to. However, they enable that process where now, if this portal grows in scale as we are expecting, we would have the kind of visibility and information where we'll be able to figure out where the bottlenecks are, what kind of problems are faced, what processing engineering might be needed, and so on, and work with those respective authorities to be able to do it. But that's of course at a later stage. Right now, what we are focused on is to get this working for the end users, which would be yourself and company secretaries and CEOs.
Sir, can I raise a question?
Thank you. I think just before Narasimhan sir will ask this question, I just want to ask one more point, because if will I think it's my suggestion, or whether it is happening or not, I just want to understand from you that when you are incorporating a company through this portal, then I think the investor or should get the priority in responding the queries through this portal, because it includes so many other other approvals also. So if you are incorporating a company through this portal, then if you are getting an incorporation in 2 days or 3 days time, it should be get on immediate basis, because once you will get the certificate of incorporation, then the other authorities will process like RBI or the land approval or the other things. So whether this mechanism is there in this portal, that this will get some priority over the other direct approvals.
So excellent point, Ashish. And this is exactly what I mean when I say it's very important that we build this together and we have your feedback. To your specific question, of course, this decision lies with the respective authority. What we are working towards right now is that, at least to begin with, they treat this portal and the applications received through this at par with their existing process. However, the more feedback that we get from the users and we are able to channel it back to the respective authorities, the more we can improve it. So might be, in case we get that feedback and we work with them, might be we can implement that.
Separate pop-up should come that this
Right.
form has come from this single window clearing system or single window system. So other approvals are pending. If the company will not incorporate, how they will process for the other things. So
Absolutely.
if some priority will get, definitely users will be more happy and they will get some priority while filing the forms through the system.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Narasimhan sir.
Yeah. No, it's a wonderful concept, no doubt about that. I mean, each one of us are clamoring, why do I have to run around to 18, 20 ministries? I can do it in one go through one ministry, one platform. And that platform will take care of in getting connected to the other ministries as well. Now, the basic question where we would get stuck is, while we have, you said yourself, over 18 ministries are going to get interlinked with the entire database which is being prepared by you. Now, there will always be, all the ministries are not going to clear off in a jiffy. They're going to have, some may take longer time. Now you'll have laggards all the way, no doubt about that. Why? There we should be enabled. I mean, when we start off, wherever there is a difficulty in getting an approval from a ministry, the ideal way, which is we are quite used to raising a ticket, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we raise a ticket and then the response comes in. Similar set system should be there, whereby we raise a ticket that we are stuck with this particular ministry. Could you help in getting the clearance from them? Or getting a response from them as to what is lacking in me in terms of the documentation which has been submitted by me. So that would be one step in terms of resolving the solution, the questions which my friend has asked. So you can look at that. If it's not there, I think it's good time to have it implemented as well. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, please. Just no further cross question. I think we can have a discussion during the lunch time. Yeah, please. Only fresh questions.
My point is, we can have a system of like earlier we had in this MCA 21 physical front office and back office. So there we can, if I have a problem, I will go to the physical office and say, sir, these are the 5 problems which I am facing outrightly and which I am stuck for like 15 days. So what to do? I mean, there should be somebody to respond on the spot. And if there is some documentation required, something required from them, we will give them in writing that yes, we keep these things and we will do. So that, in addition to what Mr. Bhushan has suggested, this can be one of the solutions which is right listed in MCA 21. This is my practical experience what I'm doing right now. And just suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, backside, please.
Just
Yeah,
two,
please.
two quick questions. First is with regards to when it comes to another sector approvals, there's a Boilers Act registrations, SEBI, IRDA guidelines, and even we do have a NBFC reportings. Are we meticulously including all those sectors as well in this scenario, in this particular portal?
Yes, so that is right. So right now, as I said, we are going by authority. And wherever the authority or the line ministry is aligned to a certain sector or a certain domain, you would be able to see the approvals of that domain or sector under that authority. So, for example, Ministry of Tourism, as versus say environment, which cuts it costs, right, or labor, which cuts it costs. But going forward, this is a very good point. It's a feedback we have received. That if a company is setting up operations in a certain sector, we should have like a bundled or a packaged kind of a package on this portal where they can just apply through a single click or through a few clicks. They can just apply for all the approvals that they need for that specific sector. We have also started implementing that. So, for example, the vehicle scrappage scheme came into being recently. And we have on this portal itself in the last month, we have built a separate journey where anybody who wants to set up a vehicle scrappage, all their approvals are bundled at one place. All they need to do is say, I want to set up a vehicle scrappage facility. And all the approvals will be added to their dashboard and they can apply for all of them together. So that's the eventual, one of the eventual features that we want to have in this, we're already implementing. And excellent question, that's part of the feedback that we have been.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Amit Jain. Good afternoon, everybody. And it's inception, and I appreciate it is Aaz and not Punjab. And with best wishes, I want to put some questions, small questions, and if it is not implemented, then you can take it as feedback. First, my question is only 14 states are added. So, what about GST registration of all the states? Can it be taken from this side? Or second, my second point is when all states will be included. And third is what about if there is any changes in required in certificates which are being issued through this site? Then how can we change that? Is there any? Have you taken into account this? If not yet taken, then thank you.
Right. So very quickly to answer your questions point-wise, yes, it's right. Right now we are looking at integrating with 14 states to begin with. The timeline for that, as Madam said, is end of December. For the remaining states, the user will not be able to apply through this as of now. However, progressively, we plan to bring other states on board as well. It's just that the scale of this problem is so complex that you need to break it down into small pieces and get smaller pieces to work first before you earn the confidence of both organizations like yourself on the one hand, authorities on the other hand, where they start coming onto the board. So that's the plan. I cannot give you a timeline right now for all the states, but definitely sometime next year we are aiming to.
It's good that it started and it will take time. We appreciate and best wishes from us.
Yeah, last question, please. Yes. You.
Yeah. So just a suggestion, I'm not sure whether that functionality is already there in this single window clearance system or not. We are talking about transparency and ease of doing business and everything. So whenever as company security professionals or any other professionals are filing,
can you be a bit loud, please?
Okay. So if we are filing any forms on any particular portal, there is, I'm not sure, but there is no real-time status of that particular form or approval where it has been stuck. So like in my case, I have filed one of the forms last year. It's been a 1 year fluency, and there is no resolution or no query on that. So in your case, in this particular portal, yeah. So if we get that real-time status update, that would be, I think, easier for all other professionals to check the status and arrest. Just a suggestion.
No, that's a very good suggestion. Point noted.
Thanks.
Last, one more suggestion from my side. You said about 18 states are on 18 secretaries, 14 states are on board. Now, the hit case, the number of cases where you are able to hit, and that benefits the state. That will be the plus point in terms of advertising that these are the numbers which have come in, and because they were registered, the process has been successful. Now, that will be a state by which you can market yourself with the other states who are not joined. So maybe you can take that as a point.
Absolutely, sir, and that is what I meant when I said this would be more of an enabler for change. exactly in that sense. We would be able to get those insights and see where we are doing well and where there might be bottlenecks.
And Hunar, the success story, if you want to, because this portal is live now. Anyone can file the form. All states, whatever the numbers and the ministries have already joined hands together. So one success story which you want to share with our members, that this form has been filed on so date with maximum approval, whatever you can include it, and it has been approved in the record time. It may be 2 days, 3 days. So one of the story which you want to share to motivate our members, so at least they can use this portal in large numbers.
Absolutely. So I'll just give you, what comes to mind immediately, which was a very recent example. As I said, we launched the vehicle scrappage policy on this in a package bundle. And in fact, like 2 days after we launched it, we received our first application from a company that wants to set up a vehicle recycling, scrappage and recycling plant. And that application is already with the concerned authorities. It will take some time for that application to be processed through and through, but the good part is that the users are able to go onto this portal and see the status of where it is. Having said that, again, I would like to reiterate, this is a trial version, what you might call a beta version, but in fact, even slightly before a beta version. And the whole point of soft launching this at this point in time is so that we can show the work in progress to everyone, ask people to come and use it, and then be able to use the feedback from that to make it actually useful to them, to all of you. So something this complex does not, it's impossible to just build it with a big bang and launch it with a big bang. So we will have to co-create this together, and I'm sure if we are able to do that very soon, we will have many such successes.
Yeah, thank you so much, because definitely it will motivate our members to change the portal from one to another and coming back to one single window system where you will get all the approvals, because we as a company secretary and governance professionals are the first person who is interacting with the investors. So and I also acknowledge their presentation with the Company Secretaries Institute, where select of the company secretaries have been invited and the feedback has been taken. Our past president Ranjit ji, Manish ji and all were there together and discussed so many things. And we are expecting more such interactions, because so we will give you the real-time feedback what our members are facing. We can invite the questions and the suggestions from the members on specifically this portal, so we'll share with you. So once again, thank you so much on behalf of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and I think this is the first time we are having such interactions other than the regulatory compliances or our day-to-day affairs or the compliance management system. First time we are talking about how to generate the investment in India, how to have more investors, and end of the day, when the investors will come, definitely the value of company secretaries will get multifolds. With this note, I thank you, Madam Sumita Davra in her absence, Mr. Hunar, Madam Shubhangi, and my young gentleman. So thank you so much on behalf of the Institute once again for coming and sharing your views. Back to Pooja.
To quote and re-quote the Honorable Prime Minister of the country from your speech itself, there has never been a better time to invest in India. With this thought, I would like to extend a very heartfelt thanks to Mr. Hunar Janu, Ms. Shubhangi Prasad and Mr. Utkarsh Tiwari. Thanks a lot. I would also request CSB Narsimhan, Council Member, the ICSI, to present the Shaheed Ki Beti certificate to Mr. Hunar Janu as an expression of our gratitude. I would request CS Ashish Garg to please join him. A very warm thank you to the entire team of Invest India.